Hello, everyone. Today we've got a Chrysler Town & Country, a 2006. Customer concern is the ABS light has been coming on and going off for the last couple of days. So with anything, I just wanted to run you through the process and kind of a little bit of the interesting find that I found out with this vehicle. So like anything else, we wanted to duplicate the concern and went ahead and was working through the process, verified load tested inputs to the wheel speed sensor, and found that those were present. And I did see an anomaly when using a lab scope on the signal for this wheel. I unfortunately didn't save the capture, but it led me to remove this wheel speed sensor, which is really easy on these. You just push the little, if it'll focus there, there's a little clip under here, and you just push that up and the sensor pops out. But what I had found when the sensor popped out, the seal that goes down in this lip right here was torn, and then there was just a whole bunch of copper or brown colored grease on the sensor, which is, not typically ideal. So it was also packed in around the tone wheel to where I went ahead and popped out the right rear side. I don't know if this will show it. Get the camera down in there. You can see it's nice and shiny and clean in there. So it was a little interesting because, one being the seal, and I'll show you the seal. So that's focus. That's how the seal came out on the sensor, and it's almost like when oil gets on rubber. It just was swollen and kind of smushed and just really not in a great state. And then on the end of the Q-tip there, that is what was all packed in by the tone wheel. And what I had found, which was interesting, is I just went ahead to see if this will do it. But you can kind of see, I don't know if that'll focus. See how that magnet moves that? That grease in there is metallically saturated. So that kind of leaves us with a couple of things. I was worried about external fluid leaking into it, causing the bearing to be saturated with fluid. But then as I went on, I believe it's the seal internal that is just allowing grease to bypass out into the tone wheel. And then how that would become metallically saturated would likely be caused by the metal on metal, the bearing to the race. So with our NVH equipment, just to kind of confirm our suspicion, you can see the left rear wheel spun by hand. You see kind of the increase in amplitude there. But as for comparison, if you look at the right rear, I'm sorry, that's not focusing the best, but the red line, you see how there's no change. And at about the halfway point this way is when I was spinning the right rear wheel by hand. This was the left rear wheel by hand. And you can see the amplitude change there. And what's interesting, guys, is, just spinning this up by hand, just driving the vehicle, this bearing made really no noise. But we always just want to be sure that we're looking at the system that we're dealing with in its entirety, because, it can lead to finding other issues and getting those issues resolved before they become large issues, possibly causing damage to something or, in some cases leaving you on the side of the road. So I just wanted to bring you along with what I found on this, guys. I presented all the results to the customer. The customer was happy and had approved the bearing and the wheel speed sensor there. So obviously once we're done, I will drive it extensively, make sure there's no other issues, and then it should be good to go for the customer. Thanks for watching, guys.